In the heart of a bustling metropolis, where skyscrapers kissed the clouds and the hum of city life never ceased, a millionaire CEO named David Reynolds was known for his sharp business acumen and relentless pursuit of success. He had built his construction empire from the ground up, transforming it into one of the most reputable firms in the industry. However, despite his achievements, David often found himself caught in the whirlwind of corporate life, surrounded by numbers, contracts, and board meetings, losing touch with the very foundation of his business, the people who made it all possible. One sunny afternoon, David decided to visit one of his ongoing construction sites to assess progress and meet with the project manager. As he walked through the site, he was greeted by the sounds of machinery and the sight of workers diligently laboring under the sun. It was a typical day, but something unusual caught his attention. Amidst the clamor, he heard a voice speaking fluently in a language he didn't recognize. Curiosity piqued. He turned to see a construction worker, a black man in his 30s, animatedly conversing with a group of international subcontractors. David approached the group, intrigued by the worker's ability to switch seamlessly between languages. He soon learned that the worker's name was Marcus, and he was not only skilled in construction but also possessed an extraordinary talent for languages, 9 in total. As Marcus continued to engage with the subcontractors, David was struck by the ease with which he navigated cultural nuances and communicated complex ideas. It was a stark contrast to the often rigid and formal communication style prevalent in corporate settings. After the meeting concluded, David seized the opportunity to speak with Marcus. He introduced himself and expressed his admiration for Marcus's linguistic skills. "I couldn't help but notice how effortlessly you communicate with everyone here," David said, genuinely impressed. "How did you come to learn so many languages?" Marcus smiled, a hint of pride in his eyes. "It's a long story, but I've always had a passion for languages. Growing up in a multicultural neighborhood, I was exposed to different cultures and languages from a young age. I started learning them out of curiosity, and it just grew from there." As they spoke, Marcus shared his journey, how he had faced numerous challenges, including financial hardships and societal stereotypes, yet remained determined to pursue his passion for languages. David listened intently, realizing that Marcus's story was not just about language. It was about resilience, ambition, and the power of diversity. The conversation left a lasting impression on David. He began to reflect on the potential of individuals like Marcus, who often went unnoticed in the corporate world. In that moment, he recognized that there was more to success than just numbers and profits. It was about the people who contributed to that success. Inspired by Marcus's story, David felt a stirring desire to create a more inclusive environment within his company, one that valued diverse talents and perspectives. The following week, David found himself thinking about Marcus more often than he expected. He realized that the construction industry, while essential, often overlooked the unique skills that workers like Marcus brought to the table. Determined to learn more, he arranged a follow-up meeting with Marcus, inviting him to the corporate office for a casual lunch. When Marcus arrived, he was greeted warmly by David and shown to a conference room adorned with large windows overlooking the city skyline. As they sat down to eat, David took the opportunity to delve deeper into Marcus's experiences. "I've been thinking a lot about our conversation," David began. "Your ability to speak 9 languages is remarkable. How do you think that skill has impacted your work here?" Marcus paused, considering the question. "It's opened many doors for me," he replied. "I can communicate with clients and subcontractors from different backgrounds, which helps in building trust and understanding. It's not just about the words, it's about connecting with people on a deeper level." David nodded, recognizing the value of such connections in business. Have you ever thought about how your skills could be utilized beyond the construction site? He asked. I mean, in a corporate setting? Marcus looked thoughtful. I've always wanted to share my knowledge and help others learn. I believe that language is a bridge that can connect people and foster collaboration. Inspired by Marcus's passion for teaching, David proposed an idea. What if we created a mentorship program within the company? You could lead workshops on language and cultural awareness, helping our employees communicate better with clients and each other. Marcus's eyes lit up at the suggestion. That sounds incredible. I would love to help others develop their skills and appreciate the diversity we have in our workforce. As they continued their discussion, David realized that this was not just about language. It was about creating a culture of inclusivity and respect within the company. He envisioned a workplace where employees felt empowered to share their unique talents and perspectives, ultimately leading to greater innovation and success. After their lunch, David took immediate action. He began drafting a proposal for the mentorship program, outlining its objectives and potential benefits. He also reached out to HR to discuss how they could integrate diversity training into the company's existing programs. The more he thought about it, the more he understood that fostering an inclusive environment was not just a moral imperative, it was a strategic advantage. In the weeks that followed, David worked tirelessly to implement the program. He organized a company-wide meeting to announce the initiative, emphasizing the importance of diversity and inclusion in driving innovation and success. Employees were encouraged to participate in workshops led by Marcus, where they would learn not only about language but also about cultural sensitivity and effective communication. The response was overwhelmingly positive. Employees from various departments expressed excitement about the opportunity to learn from Marcus and engage with their colleagues in new ways. As the workshops began, David observed a transformation within the company. Employees who had previously felt marginalized or overlooked began to find their voices, sharing their experiences and insights in a supportive environment. As the mentorship program gained momentum, Marcus became a beloved figure within the company. His workshops were filled to capacity, with employees eager to learn from his expertise. He taught them not only how to speak different languages, but also how to appreciate the cultural contexts behind those languages. Through interactive activities and real-life scenarios, Marcus helped his colleagues develop empathy and understanding for one another. David watched with pride as the company culture began to shift. Employees who had once been hesitant to share their ideas now felt empowered to contribute. The diversity of thought and experience led to innovative solutions and improved collaboration across teams. Clients also noticed the change. They appreciated the company's commitment to inclusivity and cultural awareness, which strengthened relationships and opened new business opportunities. One day, during a company-wide meeting, David took a moment to reflect on the journey they had embarked upon. When I first met Marcus, I was struck by his talent and resilience, he began. But what I didn't realize was how much he would inspire all of us to embrace diversity and inclusion. This program has not only transformed our workplace, but has also enriched our lives. As he spoke, Marcus sat in the audience, humbled by the recognition. He had never imagined that his passion for languages could lead to such a profound impact on his colleagues and the company as a whole. The initiative had not only given him a platform to share his knowledge, but it also fostered a sense of community and belonging among employees. The success of the mentorship program prompted David to consider further initiatives aimed at promoting diversity within the company. He began collaborating with local organizations to create internship opportunities for underrepresented groups in the construction industry. By providing mentorship and training, they aim to empower the next generation of workers and leaders. As the months passed, the company continued to thrive, driven by a culture of inclusivity and respect. Employees felt valued for their unique contributions, and the workplace became a vibrant tapestry of diverse perspectives. David realized that the true measure of success was not just in profits, but in the positive impact they had on their employees and the community. In the end, the encounter between a millionaire CEO and a black construction worker who spoke 9 languages became a catalyst for change. It was a reminder that every individual has the potential to make a difference, and that embracing diversity is not just a moral obligation but a pathway to innovation and success. Through Marcus's story, David learned that true leadership lies in recognizing and uplifting the talents of others, creating a legacy that extends far beyond the walls of the corporate office. As the company celebrated its achievements, David felt a renewed sense of purpose. He understood that the journey toward inclusivity was ongoing, and he was committed to ensuring that every voice was heard and valued. Together with Marcus and their dedicated team, they were not just building structures. They were building a brighter future for everyone involved.